So you've got to try and create yourself and make yourself in such a position that you are indispensable. So you want someone to smile at you. Why don't you smile at someone first? You want someone to be kind to you. Why don't you be kind to someone first?
Way, because without family you're nothing. So family is every basis. How can you be a blessing to someone else today? I do believe that we'd make this world a much better place.
Hello and welcome to Sistastalk with Sephiny Smart. It is our Sistastalk Series 1.1. On this program, we get to meet dynamic women, outstanding women from across the world that are willing to share their stories, their challenges, their achievements, their experiences, insights, with the main intention to actually impact us positively. They are real-life mentors to our younger smart sisters. Everyone, not just the sisters, can actually benefit from their wealth of information shared. Well, it's time to meet our sister of the day, but before we do, it's important that I need to remind you that it takes you. It takes you to be great. It takes you to make the right decisions, to explore, to conquer. It takes you to make that decision, that one decision that will take you to the next level. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you need to remember that it takes you. It's now time for us to meet our sister of the day. Stay with us.
My name is Angela Ajala. I'm the sister of the day. I'm an educator, a passionate educator. I'm also a gender advocate. I also believe a lot in the youth because I believe they are our future, and whatever we put in them today will give us the gains in the future. I also believe in entrepreneurship. I believe people should be creative and find answers to a lot of questions that are begging to be answered. The journey, some have been planned, some have not been planned. Some happened by chance, and I discovered a true calling in them. Like if somebody had, I know I'm passionate about issues of justice, of fairness, of things being done properly, but growing up, I didn't think there was an avenue like an NGO to express myself with it. So when I started as an educator. One, because I wanted to grow up with my children, have time to be able to do things with them and all that. From doing that, I established my own school. And over time, I became involved in women issues a lot and in youth issues. Because I also run a secondary school and I deal with teenagers regularly, I'm able to understand where they're coming from. Many times they are misunderstood, and it's a challenge each day working with them. So that has been the journey. The standard of education in Nigeria has always been high. The problem we've always had is the implementation of the various curricula we normally churn out. What we have, normally, people normally wonder that our children get out of the shores of Nigeria and they excel so much. They are the top of the class, they're doing so well. So where did it come from? It's a question of implementation and a question of monitoring to make sure it happens. There has to be a monitoring system to make sure that teachers deliver what they ought to deliver in the classrooms so that children are able to achieve. My typical life, when I come to school, I go around. Let's just make sure, are things working? Who is in, who is not in? How is everybody? How are things? Then I come back to the office. Then I settle down. I do some policy and some strategic work for the school. What do we want to do this week? What didn't work last week? Then I have a meeting with my head of school, my administrator, and said, I think we should do this. I think we should do that. Then I sit outside to mix with the children. Many times that's my opportunity to meet with them and get close to them and hear directly from them what their challenges are, what they are not happy with. And many times I close about 6 in the evening, except if I have outside meetings or outside engagements, then I go for my engagements. Well, that's typically what it is like. In the education sector, a major challenge has been getting very committed, dedicated staff to run your vision with you. You know, I take back again that to the general societal behavior of just not being, careful with things that are not yours. So that has been a challenge. So each time you recruit, you have to train to the kind of culture and standard you expect them to put in what you're doing. In the gender world, what has been a major challenge is getting women to understand that nobody is going to run their lives for them, and the choices you make on a daily basis affects the way you end your life. Life is a journey, and so if you don't take choices that are carefully crafted to impact your life and to also make you give back to the society, then you are not living a life. My pastor will tell you that if your absence is not felt, then your presence is not needed. Getting women to know that giving back is a major part of life. If you are not wiping the tears of somebody, or nobody can mention that you have contributed anything to their life, you don't have a life. And getting women to take charge of their lives, even getting them to read relevant books or go for relevant trainings, that has been, I don't know how else to get, that has been a challenge. Out of 100 women, maybe 10 you will get to know that I need to do something. They will complain, they will grumble, they will do all kinds of things, but they take no action to remedy it. That is a challenge. 5 adjectives to describe me. Attention to details, very meticulous. I'm very punctual. I have a high sense of responsibility. I'm very hardworking. I'm a hard worker. And I'm also fun to be with. My philosophy of life as a woman is do unto others, the golden rule, as you would want others to do unto you. My most significant accomplishment has been the setting up of my school. It has given me a platform to give back the things I want to see in the lives of children. Many times when I travel and I see young ones misbehave or not giving proper respect to elders and all that, and I just used to wonder at times, are they not taught? Don't they get it? So the school has given me a platform to give out all those things I want to see in the life of a young person. Traits of trustworthiness, honesty, responsibility, hard work, all those things that I desire to see. Now I have the platform to give every child that chance. And so I believe that's my biggest achievement. One thing that I do a lot, I read a lot. In a month, I can read up to 4 books. I read a lot. And that has also taught me that through reading, I've been able to acquire skills that the university could never have given me. They will tell you that an education will give you a salary, a life. But learning does not stop. Learning is what will take you to your destination. And I learn a lot. I read a lot. I go through a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of, I do a lot of online courses, online training. In a year, I must do at least 3 trainings to update myself in the various things I'm engaged in, so that I know what are the things that are relevant, what are the things that are not outdated, what is the way forward, what are the issues we are contending with. So continuous professional development is very important to me, and I do that a lot. My favorite author,
Insightful, I must say. Well, join us on our Sistastalk Series 1.2 for the concluding part. Alongside will be our very special segment on manners and grace. Well, thank you for being a part of this episode. Join us next time. Till then, I remain Sephiny Smart. Kindly like and subscribe. Encourage a sister, uphold her dreams. Well, what do I say? But it takes you. So make you count. Bye bye.